Hello, welcome back. Or hello if you're new. I'm Linda of Lady and the Frogs. There are no frogs because they're in the bedroom, looking after my husband, who is still ill. So when I say ill, he's, I'll just put myself there because then it looks like, I'm actually like keeping things tidy. Whereas, if I move, you can see the wreck that is my apartment. Yeah, so he sprained his ankle just before Easter, just to take any any fun out of the Easter weekend. So Easter was a bit rubbish, really, because he was in agony and we were like wondering whether he had a broken ankle. He just, fell on it funny, but he can't remember because I was drunk. But you get punished for any kind of fun that you possibly have in life, and yeah, it was awful for the Easter weekend. But he seems to be getting better, but he isn't at work, so I've had to creep out of the bedroom this morning because he's still sleeping in. I was trying to sleep in, but somebody rang the buzzer. I'm tired because my routine is just not there. My routine is usually my husband goes to work and then I sort of gets up about an hour after he gets up, and after he leaves, and crack on with things. So I'm going to show you what I've got going out in the post today. All sold on eBay. It's not that good on my eBay at the moment. I haven't been keeping up with the listings. I did realise yesterday, I was looking at my auction allowance and I was wondering why I had so many of it, and I realised that I've been a complete spoon. Because my system that I put in place is that I would have 10 auctions every day in order to use up my 300 a month allowance, and then I would just do 5 buy it nows. But for some reason, in the month of April, I changed that to I would have 5 auctions a day and 10 buy it nows, brand new items. And obviously that's left me with 150 odd items, spare auctions. Well, at the moment it's 170 because obviously April hasn't finished. So yesterday I ended a load of stuff in order to just chuck them all on auction. So I've got stuff ending on Sunday and Monday next week, which will be the bank holiday. So I don't know if that's going to be a good or a bad thing, but I've got at least 50 items a day that's going to be ending. I can't believe I've done that, because the thing is that it's been driving the traffic to my shop. What a spoon. So anyway, the quest that I've been on is I've actually started sorting through a whole load of Lego, and I've got some more Lego which I need to go and pick up. So it is literally everywhere. It's all here. And it looks clear there, but if you just move that a little bit, you can see that I've got stuff there that I'm waiting to photograph. And then all the Lego is here, and actually there's loads of sets there that are ready for me to photograph and put on. So I have sold some Lego. I've ended and relisted all my Lego because I wanted to check what I had, rethink the prices on some of the things that weren't selling. This was one of them. See, this is a sealed set, but it's really battered. Really battered. I think I had that on for 20, which was that was like Christmas prices, and it's obviously not Christmas. So yeah, it's just a Star Wars set. So that's gone, I think, for $12.99 because I sent an offer out on it. It's all just stuff which probably it owns me nothing because it's come from other job lots. This is just a Lego mix, which is supposed to be being held in place there, but it's not. So I need to make a few more of these, but probably pack them out a bit more. I don't know if I should start rethinking my prices based on the fact that Royal Mail have rethought their prices, because obviously that's what I've got. That's what I've got. This piled up here. waiting for me to do some more sets. But I'm working on the vintage stuff. This has finally sold to somebody that actually bothered to pay for it. I have sold this at least twice, if not 3 times, to somebody for £15 and then they didn't pay. I don't know what they think is going on. So these are just some frozen minifigures from a set. So they've been pulled from a set. £15 for them. And then just a few bits of clothes, and it's not really very good at all. So I do have to pull out the stops this week. But it is going to be mainly Lego, but Lego does sell quite well. I have a really good little set here, which if you're interested you can see on another video. It's a really cool space set which I pulled out of something, and it turns out that it's, well, if I had the instructions in box it would be 100 to 120, but I'm going to sell mine for 80 because, well, I have this post-it on here, so I've had a few like little inclusions which I've had to make, and I've had to put a modern helmet on this guy. This space, the black minifigure is worth a lot of money on its own. That's worth about £10 to £15 on its own, just that minifigure. For some reason the black ones people want. So I've got a Bowden vest. That's gone for a tenner, I think. These are probably all like tenner, maybe £12.99, but you know, let's say 10 because once you've paid the postage. Oliver bonus, again 10. This has been kicking around for ages. I don't so much mind because so much of my stuff is going to have gone on auction. This has actually gone for 20. This is Fat Face, a nice sleeveless vest with, they are peacocks. This has sold for 30, so I imagine this is going to come back because they won't have read the listing. It is bobbled, but it's a rarity, so I don't know, this part of me wants to keep this. I've sold it once and they sent it back because they said it was bobbled. So I've sold it for 20 previously, so now I've sold it for 30. I took photos of the bobbling, I said that it was bobbled. I've washed it, but it still smells a bit peculiar. I really like that. So hopefully that one will actually like stay put this time. That's another one that's gone for a tenner, but I only paid £1 for this, I know. This is really weird because some of the Uniqlo stuff sells really well. So, and this one is brand new with tags and has had no interest. Boring on the front, just says Space Invaders on the back. I think they probably could have done more with that as a Space Invaders t-shirt. And then these have sold. So these I was faffing around with in one of my hauls because I could not work out for the life of me where the care label was. So that's what they look like on the outside. And then they look like that on the inside, but they're reversible. Now see, I knew that they were Carhartt because obviously they had a very obvious Carhartt logo details. But I didn't look in the pocket, did I? Inside the pocket, there's the tag, because they're called the Dan Reversible Shirt. Somebody's got these on for £40, but they've got no interest in them. So I put mine on for 30, and then somebody sent me a shitty offer of like 20. And then I just declined it because it irritated me. And then they sent me an offer of 25. So I just took that because, I mean, there's nothing to them. There's nothing to them. And shorts, you know, unless they're going to be like a really amazing brand, which I only tend to pick up shorts if they're like a decent brand, but they do only sell for around the 20 mark. You know, I've had like Ted Baker ones that are really nice, and I've had other stuff which is like really nice. And if you price them at the 30 region, they just tend to sort of stick around. So when people send me the offer for like 20 or 25, I accept it. I think I was just a bit reluctant with that because obviously somebody had it listed for 40, but you know, they are second hand. I've only paid £2 and it looks like they've got a weird mark on them there. which have probably appeared from, I put some stuff away this morning when I was pulling all this, and there's like bits had appeared on the stuff next to my computer. So I haven't been sourcing. I've done my accounts. So my accounts is up to date. I've created my new spreadsheet for this week. I have been on a weekly basis. I'm putting in my, downloading a report from the previous week so I'm sort of doing it like Monday, Tuesday, after I've done my post on the Monday. So I haven't done it yet. So it may well be that I do it on Tuesday, but because obviously I need it to factor in the postage that I've paid. See, these were late Friday, so if I don't do my postage, it won't be on the report. But I've just decided that I need to just keep myself up to date instead of it becoming like mind blowing, because it's easier to like then work out if I've sold it abroad, if I need to pull in my overseas postage rates, and it's easier to find the information if you do it on time than if you do it and then you realise that the eBay reports are a load of garbage, because a lot of the eBay reports have got loads of the information missing. I have no idea why, but getting my spreadsheet up to date for 21 to into 22 tax year, it was a lot of like faffing around and trying to find information that was missing. There's a lot of the postage rate thing, since they fiddled around with it and they put a few changes in, a lot of that information disappeared, so I had to go like hunting for it. And yeah, anyway, it's up to date. It's telling me that I'm actually like, I'm doing okay. So my previous tax year, which I did do a full year, it said that my turnover was 15,000, and it's saying now that my turnover is 30,000. So that means that I'm twice as good as I was the previous year. So who knew? Maybe, so by that reckoning, this year my turnover should be like 45,000. But I can see why it's very easy to get to the VAT threshold. But anyway, I'm gonna push on with what I'm gonna do and see if I can get better. Yeah, it's been it feels frustrating. I don't feel like I can celebrate success when it just feels like it's always one step forward and 20 back. We'd sorted out all our finances and where everything was, and then for my husband to now end up being off sick and he can't do anything. He rested for a week, and then we did go out on Saturday to see how his foot was, and then he was in agony. So he was determined to be at work today, and I just said, it's not happening, because you're going to make it worse in the long term if you like rush back to work. So it's just frustrating, and everything's sort of falling to me. Hence why there's been a bit of a gap in videos. Anyway, I'm going to crack on, and I've got to go and pick up another job lot of Lego. It's all good, it's all money. I just need to sort it quicker than I have been doing, because there's literally boxes of Lego everywhere, and I've always been like worried that I'm going to be somebody who like can't find something that I've sold. But the other day I couldn't find my bag of spares, so I have a big bag of spares just with these type of bricks in. Can't find them. Cannot find them. Don't know where they are. And I really needed them for some spares, which I ended up actually putting here. So let's just put them there. I think the inventory website that I was looking at was wrong, so I went looking for it for nothing. Right, let's crack on with the day. It's Tuesday, and I'm going to try for the second time to get this flipping parcel, which they just don't stick to their opening times at this collection office, and yesterday it was closed, so we'll try again today, and I'm probably going to end up like a hooded rapist sweat wise, because yeah, I've got a little jacket on, everybody else has got like massive jackets on, and it's like summer. So this is a 5 kilogram parcel allegedly, so I will be sweating. Okay, they were open, got parcel. It does say 5 kilograms, but obviously, you know, that's with an IKEA bag, it's neither here nor there. So I'm going to get this home, start sorting this, start getting some more listings on, because I'm getting fed up of not making enough money. But everybody's tightening their belts, aren't they? Right, so here we are. It has been a bit of a flap today. It took ages at the post office. I really need to get my routine back, because I don't have a routine. My husband is just getting up and it's like midday. I don't like going to the post office at you know, any time after 11, because everybody's always fooling around in there. So, nice box. That should help me like hoard a lot more Lego. This is my problem at the moment, is I feel like I'm hoarding way too much of the stuff without sorting through it, without doing my little sets, which I've got. I've only got 4 of the letterbox sets left, because they do sell, although it is a bit difficult now that eBay have changed how you can list things, because they won't let you, when you search for Lego, it automatically defaults to completed sets, but obviously with a lot of the stuff you have to put it in parts and spares. If you mention the word spares in your title, they automatically flag your listing and say you must put it in the correct category of bricks and parts. But the thing is they don't put the bricks and parts category in front of people. But even though I have got these starter sets in the other, you know, in their correct listing. See, even if you've got like, even if I was to like make that setup, but it wasn't complete and it was spares for this specific set, I still wouldn't be able to put that in the sets category, because it wouldn't regard it as a set because it's not complete. It's really annoying. So I am hoping that this is all vintage. I have this stuff here which I haven't yet started sorting through, because I know that it's modern because it's got these gaudy colours. So, okay, let's put this in here. This is what I was hoping to see. This wasn't obvious in the listing, so it just had all of this sort of, it had that under and then had the Lego over it, so I took a risk by purchasing, just going in and purchasing this. So hopefully, I mean, that's a really old set. I say really old. I've never seen that one. I've had various of this set, of the police sets, but I've never had that one. I have actually got the majority of that one. No, I've got the other shell garage. So anyway, I can't see any base plates, but I may well have that base plate. No, I haven't. I used that for something else because I remember I had the crosswalk on it. What a pain. Yeah, so this might be a bit frustrating because I don't think there's any base plates in here, but I do have a big box of base plates which I have held back doing. So, transport, it's got the number missing, rip the corner off, I know the number's there. Never had that set. This is a very common set. When I used to buy Lego sets, when I used to go, and we're talking about in the 80s when I used to have my pocket money, I used to go and in Lincoln, they had a toy sort of department store in Lincoln, in the Co-op. Upstairs, they had a massive display of Lego, and it's always the stuff like that which you used to be able to afford with your pocket money. So I've definitely had that one before. I've probably got that one. I've probably got a lot of the parts for that one, so I should be able to do that. You know, this is before I saw all this. That's just a brochure. Definitely had that. I've actually just sold a job lot of 2 of them. This is actually quite rare, that little set. I've got 2 of them, and for some reason that's quite sought after for some reason. The shell sets are now discontinued because obviously the production of plastic, you know, can't possibly be associated with the oil industry, oil and petrol industry, because, you know, they don't go hand in hand. So Lego don't associate themselves now with Shell. So the Shell stuff might start becoming quite sought after. Little car. This is quite cool. This will be some stickers. Uncut stickers. You see that? I could even just sell that on its own, because uncut stickers. That will have come out of the middle of a book, of just an instruction book. I've just sold that without the instructions. That only gets about $8.99. Could probably like push it a little bit more with the instructions. Two of this one. Post truck. These are all like £10 sets. This one is ripped to shreds. I think this is sort of what I could see in the listing, was something that was ripped to shreds. So it was a bit like, oh, is this worth it or not? Got another one of them. Again, it would be because, you know, when you've got your pocket money, these are the sort of things that you could only buy. Or maybe it was like the parents were buying for 2 children and they had to buy 2 of the same. Shell, truck, tanker. This was the very first set that I ever bought. I need to make one of these up and just keep it, because I didn't have the instructions for it. I've got I know I've got some of these like pieces sitting around somewhere else. Where were they? Can't think. This I've just had. I think I've got some of these pieces for that. Just a boat. Oh, this is cool. I've had that one previously. Sold really quickly. When I say really quickly, I mean within like a month. So there's only one. This is the Galaxy Trekker, because I've definitely had that guy. So I've only got one space set. The reason that I've sort of like, I've still got a lot of my Legos sort of sat out here, because I know that I need to have a look at this and see what we've got. So this is from the early 70s, that will be, because it's changing the minifigures, but it's starting to, they're like faceless minifigures. I've definitely got that bar that says hospital on it, but I don't have many of these base plates because they're different type of base plates. And then just a race car, which 10 a penny they are. So I'm glad to see that I've got instructions in with this. And the only thing I've got to worry about is how many minifigures I'm going to get with these sets, because this is my problem, is that I'm getting a lot of job lots which just don't have the minifigures in them. There's another one here. Let's see what this is. Not quite sure what this is. This is an auto shop, and I've never seen that auto shop. So if you want to see me sort through this video, it's going to sort through this Lego, it's going to be in a separate video, because obviously people aren't that interested in it. I've paid, what have I paid? I've paid 40 for that, 40 with the postage. So yeah, I'll easily be able to get that money back and then make a little bit of profit on it. A little bit of profit. My profit will go into about 100. after I've sorted through all that. I have so much to do. Once I've made the sets and I've got spares and I've picked them together, and then when I've got this brick stock, so when I've got like spare bricks like that, I just can make these sets up of multiples, and I've got other mixed bricks which I can add to them. There's random pieces of Lego in this packaging, which is helpful. Thankfully, it's clean, because that's one of the frustrating things when you get stuff that's obviously been like left in the loft, and there's like been silk coming off the roof and cobwebs and things in it, or it's been left in a shed. That stuff is really grim, and it just takes a long time for me to like put it in disinfectant and then dry it. That becomes a bit real rigmarole, but this stuff is all clean, thankfully. So I'm going to have to deal with that. So I am going to spend a day sorting through this and starting to do this. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to put some listings on. That little set there is waiting to be photographed because the light changed a bit yesterday. I've got stuff on my buffet which is photographed, and that's ready to go on. So I'm going to list that now, because I need to get some stuff going live today. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And the assistants are here waiting. So we've got Ziggy and Simon and Bluey, the 1970s bear. He's here to help because obviously he remembers this the first time, so he can like explain to the younger boys about 1970s, 80s Lego. I didn't look like this then, I promise you. Yeah, well, you know, don't worry, we're all aging badly. Right, I have to crack on. I want to be able to get a lot of this stuff on a lot quicker. I should have had delivery of this at the end of last week, which is really frustrating. For some reason, Royal Mail have now, I don't know, they must have taken some kind of educational course with the Hermes lot. This was delivered, it said attempted delivery on Thursday, which they didn't do, because at the time when they said they'd attempted the delivery, they hadn't at all. And then later when the guy walks around with your letters, we're getting the card in the post, so a day later. So they're blatantly they're not even bothering to try and deliver now. They're not even attempting their attempted delivery. They're just saying can't access the property over there and just leaving it over there. Which, you know, if they want me to go and get it, I wish they'd just tell me and I'll just go and get it straight away. But, you know, at least I can collect it, which is more than you can do with Hermes. And frankly, I don't rate much to Amazon because my husband's injured himself. He ordered something for the same day delivery and the guy just threw it on the doorstep. So I had to go down and get that, which isn't really very good if you're like housebound and you really need something to actually be delivered. But anyway, that's where I'm going. So I'm going to upload this video now, and if you want to watch more of this Lego sort, please watch my next video. So thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.